Guys, welcome to another edition of the Cook and the Coach podcast. I'm Baeza. I'm the coach.
I'm Kenny. I'm the cook. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for listening. We got some
Thank you.
cooking and coaching segments this week. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So this is actually I'll jump in my segment real quick. So this is a new development for me. I'm This is the first time I'm saying this to like people, and this is not for sure thing, but this is potentially on the horizon over the next couple months.
Okay.
But I may be doing my first actual, like, real powerlifting meet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool. You've been
Yep.
hinting at that for a while. I know you've been considering some competitions and such, but this would be really cool.
This is a podcast exclusive. This is because you guys are family. Listen to this, your family. So I'm telling you now that again, I have to reiterate, this is not a for sure thing, but
Okay.
I've been in cahoots and talking to people in the powerlifting community in Minnesota about stuff going on, and I might be doing a meet come December. So I just want to put that on the horizon. The closer we get to it, the more information I'll give to you guys. I think you and me talked about this earlier, actually. So I'm going through a thing called BFS, which means bigger, faster, stronger. It's basically a training protocol, regimen, style. I don't know. It's very complicated to explain to the masses. But basically, there's 4 training blocks that you go through. They're each 4 weeks long. It's a total of 16 weeks of training. So right now, I just started today my 3rd block. So I'm in the first week of my 3rd block.
Okay.
So it'd be another 8 weeks of training I have. And that actually lead me right up to the exact day of the competition. Which would be perfect.
Yeah.
So if all things fall in place with me being qualified to do the meet and stuff like that, then I would do my first powerlifting meet in the middle of December. So
Whoa.
yeah,
That would be great.
So,
Dude, that's awesome. I really hope you do it. That would be so cool.
Yeah, so it's weird because like I'm training as a powerlifter, but I don't do a lot of like powerlifting things within my training. Like for example, so like when you bench press, you want to pause and count to 1,000 and then push up for it to count.
Okay.
I don't do that. I've been working on it more, but it's still, I don't know.
Just in your day-to-day workout, so you're just not incorporating some of like the technical rules for the competitions.
Exactly. So as I progress over the next few weeks, I'll probably start doing that more so, just like making sure I'm actually being technical with how they want those performed at an actual meet. Like for another example, like deadlift. So you pick the bar up, right? Do a full lockout, and then you hold the bar all the way down as you bring it back down to the ground for it to count, right? But for me, I don't see the point in trading the eccentric pour of a deadlift because that's a lot of stress on your back, especially the weight that I'm doing. So I always drop my weights at the top of my set for deadlift, and then I pick it back up and go from the bottom again.
Okay.
So I think starting in a few weeks, if this is more of a likelihood of me competing, I might have to actually hold the bar when I come down for each set or each rep. Okay. So I have to like think of these like little things. Like there's just little things, little cues I have to pay attention to in my training now that I'm looking forward to a meet. So
that's exciting. For something like that with your back, will you have to incorporate more stretching or more like post-workout, anything that you might have to add just to relieve that tension?
I don't have to change a whole lot, just making sure that it's more so just like, like post-workout, okay, am I taking 5-10 minutes of decompression work on my spine? Am I just taking an extra maybe 3 or 4 minutes to warm up before each set? Just like those little tiny things like that. Going to see, Josh. Shout out to Jay Wins Body Work, my guy. Just little things like that. Make sure I'm doing regular checkups. Just making sure that there's no hiccups in the training now, because now there really can't be any hiccups leading up to this meet.
Totally. Dude, that would be. Are you gonna wait to announce where it is and like the name of the one you're doing until it's final?
Yeah, I don't want to say anything unless
Okay.
it's for sure happening because there's so many variables I have to see because I don't even know I'm qualified to do it yet. But if I'm
Okay.
qualified to do it, I'm gonna see, okay, what's the cost, like
Yeah.
which weight class. That's another thing. It's like weight class is like if I was competing against guys that weigh what I currently weigh, I would get crushed.
Really?
So yeah. So I probably want to drop at least 10 pounds between now and December, at
Oh wow.
least, if not 15, 20.
Wow. Okay. That's a
which
lot.
which actually isn't that crazy for me, but it would be something I have to be like cognitive about and be like, okay, like I actually can't go over these macros this weekend. I actually can't eat
Hmm.
this much whatever this weekend. I have to actually like think about those things if I'm actually doing this meet. So
Sure. Yeah,
I
that's
can
a pretty
drop the weight
tight
quickly.
timeline. That would be like under or just about 2 months, depending on uh, the day that.
Yeah, and I can drop 2 pounds a week, no problem. That's not an issue for me. That's
Oh, okay.
that's child's play. But I would have to be stricter and think about things a lot more if I were to do that. So
Hmm.
there's lots of variables at play here, but I just wanted to officially say that there is a strong possibility I will be competing in December. My first actual meet. I did a deadlifting competition for charity in July, but that's just kind of
Oh
a
yeah.
unofficial off the books thing. But it's
Sure.
like an actual like sanctioned like official like federation powerlifting meet. So yeah.
Whoa, dude! I hope it happens. I'll be cheering you on. That would be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, man.
Um, I have kind of a more casual cooking segment, like a bunch of little mini segments for it. I wanted
Let's
to
go.
kind of shout out a couple, I guess, cooking food related content video resources that I really like. Um,
Mm-hmm.
one of them, just the Bon Appetit website. It's, I mean, probably one of the most famous ones right now. Um, did you ever hear about the controversy that happened with that, like maybe 6 months ago or so,
Bon appetit.
with Bon Appetit? Yeah.
I've heard the website so much, and like I heard like if you're trying to get into like cooking for the first time, that's the one you should use.
Oh, that's great.
But
Yeah.
like I've never been on, I don't know anything about it, so I don't know anything about it in the news. So you tell me.
I don't know all the specifics, but basically there was a lot of drama with that site, maybe around, I want to say April or May of this year.
Okay.
Um, it's not good. Things
No.
like old pictures of their, I think, editor in chief in like brown face at like Halloween parties. He's a white guy. Um,
Love it. Here for it. Here for it.
he has been removed from his position.
Has
So
he?
yeah, so actually, it's crazy. I have so the Union
Wait.
Monk.
Which position was it?
I think it was editor in chief at Bon Appetit. So it was like the main guy who's like, he was in the background of some of the, like they had so many video series that they were putting out before COVID and then even before all
Yeah.
of that controversy. And then they kind of just stopped making videos partially because of him, and they had to switch up who their main person was. So kind of crazy. Um,
Yikes.
yeah, so because shameless plug, because the restaurant I work for, Union Hmong Kitchen, we made the cover of Bon Appetit this year. That was one of the last issues of Bon Appetit with I believe his name is Adam Rappaport. um, that was one of the last ones where he was the editor of the magazine, and then I basically have been subscribed to their magazine from that to I guess what they have a new editor in chief now. I forget her name, but yeah, they got
One more. Hopefully not blackface
no,
impersonator as well.
no. She's, as far as I know, she's not. Um, so yeah, so that was part of it. There was also, I guess, like once that came out, that he had like these like inappropriate photos out. There were all these people that came out, like contributing editors and people who had done videos for them, and
Mm-hmm.
they were like, the guests video people who come in for these Bon Appetit videos, like they're not compensated fairly. And it happened to be that a lot of them like were like minorities, and then it went from there to like a lot of talk about Bon Appetit going in, and the term that they've used, or some people have used, is like Columbusing recipes and Columbusing food. Basically, I guess just meaning kind of like whiteifying it, or like kind of like making it, like, I guess dumbing it down, or like making it accessible, or kind of removing some of the culture from the dishes.
Whitewashing.
Yeah, whitewashing it essentially. So there's a lot of things going on. And so anyways, Bon Appetit pretty much hasn't been putting out stuff on, they kept the magazine going, and they would occasionally post on Instagram, but they were clearly just using backup stuff. And so now they're coming back. They have a ton of new people coming on their videos. I don't know if they've already put stuff out, but I just saw super recently that they're back. So I'm super excited about that, because that really got me interested. Like, there's a lot of great people who contribute to that. So stay tuned. I'm sure I'll like plug it again once like more stuff is like kind of available, but check it out. I think they're actually posting again, which is really exciting. Another fun like video thing. And do you ever watch the show, Great British Baking Show?
No, but I've heard a lot about it. I heard it's like if you just want to like have your mind at ease, just like enjoy, like it's like a night in. That's the one.
It looks like calming wallpaper. It's just great. It's a very supportive British baking competition, amateur baking competition, and the past couple of years they've released. It's obviously filmed in the UK, and they have seasons on Netflix. And the past couple of years, what they've done is they release each episode on Netflix when it comes out in the UK, so you can watch along as people are finding out. So I've been watching that with my family, like each Sunday or whatever, for the past couple of years. And yeah, it's really great. They have a new host, Matt Lucas. He's hilarious. Would recommend to anyone who's looking for more stuff to watch. Third and final thing for the cooking segment thing for today. It's like in Minnesota, and it is it's snowing today. It's like mid-October, but it's already snowing as if it's like the dead of winter.
It's like the first official snowfall of the year, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the snow actually stayed on the ground. So yeah, besides just like melting away right away. So if you need a resource for like seasonal produce, like what types of things are in season, I've mentioned it before, but it's a great resource still. If you go to thespruceeats.com, or just Google Spruce Eats seasonal fruits or seasonal vegetables, they'll come up with a list. And I believe they have a list for each of the 50 states, like what's seasonal in your state. I refer to this fairly regularly. They're a wealth of knowledge. So yeah, check that out if you're looking to cook seasonally. Certain things are starting to come a little bit more out of season right now. Like eggplants is a good example of one. Like I found, actually going back to Bon Appetit, there's this like eggplant salad recipe that's fantastic that I've been cooking. And eggplants are getting harder to find because it's kind of the changing of the seasons right now. So, by the way, I saw a video, and I don't know if it was fake, but you know how you can propagate like house plants, where you can, like, a lot of plants, you can take a clipping of a house plant and then put it in water and eventually let it grow roots and then grow it into a whole nother plant. So I saw this video on like Instagram Explorer, and it was like, the guy was like, how to propagate a carrot, like in whatever 3 easy steps. And he had just like this stub of a carrot, like the top of it with like where the cut off where the stem would be. And he put it in a little bit of water, and these greens start to grow out. And I couldn't tell if it was fake or not because it seems ridiculous, but maybe that's actually
no. I've seen that shit before.
Really?
Yeah. No. I've just, like, not even on Instagram, but I've seen that.
Really? I was very surprised by that thing. I was expecting to be trolled in that moment, so I didn't want to be gullible. But I was like, what the hell? Because I guess there's got to be a way to replant them, but I always just assume like seeds, I guess. Like, I don't think about just throwing the roots, and I really don't know that much about planting. Like, just getting these house plants has made me more interested in these things recently.
Well, think about like the eye of a potato, right? Like, you take the eye of a potato, you put it in the ground, it'll grow another potato, right? Same shit, right?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. No, I think that makes sense. I just am realizing how little I know about farming.
Well, you know infinitely more than I do. So my grandparents are farmers. So hey,
your grandparents were farmers?
They weren't like farmers, but they had like a couple like crops. They had like a couple coffee bean trees, whatever.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
They grew some shit. Yeah,
that's really cool. In Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea. Damn, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
man. Yeah, I remember visiting like my grandpa's house and like, like they'll make a random like apple tree or like a random like tree that grow like some fruit, like little fruits, like flowers, whatever, like here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
There, it's like, yeah, we used to have like a coffee tree in the backyard.
Oh,
Like
wow.
pick off the coffee beans and stuff like that.
Wow. And did you ever pick them off the tree and then same day use them for a roast? Or does it take a lot longer to do that? I really don't know. I
You
generally thought you
you
had to like let
can.
them
I'll
dry
think.
and yeah.
I mean, you can do that. We didn't do it at my grandpa's place, but we did like my aunt's place and stuff.
Sure.
But you
Interesting.
can't do that, yeah.
There are some people in the cities I want to get on the podcast. That I don't know, but some
Let's do
cool
it.
like coffee people.
I would love to do a coffee podcast with someone.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Dude, what are you thinking?
Well,
You
this one's
after the show
slightly.
talk about it?
Yeah, let's save it.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some
let's do
interesting
it.
people.
Guys, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Again, as always, you can find us on Instagram at podcast The Cook and the Coach. We're actually competing with Ali right now because he's 81 followers on first podcast. We have 80 followers. So I want to beat him. I want to get to 100 followers before the end of the year. So guys, tell your friends, please go follow the Instagram page. You can follow my page for all my powerlifting stuff, my coaching tips, and all my fun Instagram stories I always post at Baeza Tensaie, BAEZATENSAIE. Also, before we get into Ken stuff, you can find this Saturday. We're going to see someone I look up to a lot, a person I really admire, Akash Singh. He's performing at Acme Comedy Club. By the time you guys hearing this, he'll be already here in Minnesota. But Wednesday through Saturday, the 24th, he'll be here in Minnesota performing at Acme, one of the best comedy clubs in the country. So if you want to come and hang with us and also see Akash and meet him too, come through. I'm sure he'd love to meet you guys. I can introduce you to him. And yeah, Ken, give him your socials, your music, all that stuff.
Yeah, my personal page on Instagram at KPMartin2, food page at Haymarket Catering. I also do music. If you look up Kenny Martin Bucket List, you'll be able to find it. Also, I got to be on, I was a guest on actually Ali's podcast, Ali Sultan, who was a guest on our podcast. It's at Does This Age Well? So you can find out all the info for that. The episode dropped today, so you can check that out. And yeah, subscribe, leave us comments, and we would love to hear from you.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. We will see you on the next one.
Peace.